Thank you. We are Amani Tandazo, African American Dance Troupe. Amani means faith in Swahili. Tandazo means wisdom. So of course you might associate our faith with our spiritual grounding and belief, and our wisdom with a little bit of our age. We are dancers and performers that dance with an African and African American tradition of dance. Our group today is represented by several different groups coming together. Royal Neighbors Chapter 20042, and we have special guest appearances by the Taranga Drum Circle. And we have from the Drum Circle Antoine Smith and Tammy Reed. We also have the Davenport NAACP Youth Chapter represented by Miss Carolyn Johnson. Our dancers for tonight from the Youth Chapter, Jason Britt, Janala Britt, and of course represented with their mom is here also. We're glad to see her. We have a special featured dancer, Miss Ashlyn Gordon, and she's dancing tonight, sponsored by the Taranga Drum Circle. We also have dancing our regular dancers from the Imani Troupe, myself, Elaine Miller, Joy Johnson, Jenna Suter, Madeline Jackson, and Tammy Reed. And we have additional thanks for our transportation operator, and that was Miss Joyce Klopp and also Cal. Then we have Miss Anita Allen and Miss Carolyn Johnson, who assisted us on getting here tonight. We hope that you have come prepared to see a treat, because we have a few delightful dance selections to share with you tonight. We take our inspiration from a newly released in 2020, the Netflix original movie, Jingle, Jangle, the story of inventor Jeronicus Jangle. And we have taken that as our incentive to put a few dances together. And I'll tell you more about that later when our story begins. But we would like to begin with a dance that is a traditional dance for Imani. It goes to our legacy of following our African American ancestors as they would prepare to come before a group. They would cleanse and clean the space by taking out a particular instrument I think you'll recognize, and they sweep away all the elements that are unnecessary before we dance. And so without further ado, I give you the broom dance.
That would be me. With a broom dance.
Now that was pretty nice. They got the stage all clean and clear and ready for the rest of us. Now, how many of you have seen on Netflix the original motion picture called Jingle, Jangle? Anybody? Anybody seen that? Well, I invite you to take a check out and see it if you get a chance. It's a delightful movie, and it is filled with family fun and excitement, and I think you would really enjoy it by watching it. What we've done tonight is we've been inspired by the musical selections in the movie and of our tradition combining African and African American with modern music forms a delightful mix that's ready to use today. In our story that we're about to begin to tell you through dance, we have a young girl who is very impressed with her grandfather. She is solely excited to meet him and to find out that they have in common several things. Her name is Journey, and as we look at our story, we find out that Journey is an excited little girl. She loves math and science. She loves to invent and create things. She has inherited the gift from her grandfather of an adventurous spirit. And her grandfather, whose name is Geronicus, is a toy maker and an inventor and a creator of things. Journey is motivated to get out and do things because she has such a creative mind. Now, in our story, we have found that we reflected a lot to last year when so many of us were confined to our homes due to the pandemic that was going on. We were limited in our actions, we were limited in what we can do. And today we want to represent a spirit of resilience that said, yes, we can get up and get out from behind that desk and behind that computer. Our dance tonight is a testament of the spirit placed in all people to do again, to go again. We did have almost 2 full years of suffering that pandemic. We had to adjust our work, our school, our lives. Many of us suffered with loss. And we were confined in our socialization and confined to being indoors. And of course, me, a teacher, I was stuck on that Zoom meet. So we missed the rainfall of going and doing and being free and living our lives and having to now tackle the new norm of mask wearing and social distancing. Our story this evening is to rekindle that childlike spirit in every one of us. And what better time to accentuate than, of course, the Christmas season. And behold, it's all around us. But for Journey and her grandfather, it wasn't quite so easy. You see, her grandfather had lost his jingle, and he just couldn't create and invent like he wanted to. Journey needed to help him along a little bit. And And Journey had that ability because she knew of something that would really charge her grandfather and get him going again. Do you know what that something was? It was fun. Journey needed to show her grandfather how to have fun. Now in this season, although not today and not tomorrow, a nice fresh snowfall might present the opportunity for a great amount of fun. What better than a snowball fight? I present to you Journey and Grandpa snowball fight. Did anybody get hit by a snowball? I just want to make sure I checked. Thank you so much. We enjoyed that. Now I hope you were listening because you probably heard the Afro-modern music that played for that selection. And again, it came from the combination of the two genres, African American and rooted out of African music, and then a modern piece that was mixed in there. But it created quite a formula because I almost want to kind of get with that myself. I think I'm dressed for it. All right. Now, as you can see, our story has turned where Journey, who is quite a young lady, experienced such wondrous gifts, just like her grandpa. She is filled with imagination, she's filled with intuition, and of course, math, science, and all of the arts that it takes to make for a smart little girl, okay? She knows that numbers and digits and magic and logic go for very creative work in building something. But would Grandpa see it and take that hint that he needed to get back to the business of putting his toy shop together again? I don't know. Grandpas are kind of stubborn like that. Geronicus was stuck in a web of not wanting to do so much. He just couldn't get with it. Journey tried to tell him to put it together, to get ready to go back in that workshop and get his mind back to working. But she also wanted to give him the element of getting a little fun in his life and maybe just maybe, he needed to do what all of us could use to do, and that's a smile. Maybe he could smile for miles and miles. I've been in that same mood sometimes. There's a fog and a funk hanging low down on me. Matter of fact, it was most of last year. We're going to continue on in our next selection as the story builds. Of course, Veronicus is still a little grouchy and cantankerous, but I think Journey had an effect on him. I think she helped him to realize that he too could get back to that old self of building and creating, just like Journey had encouraged him to do. Journey was so influential. She wanted him to help build that robot. She wanted him to get back to his old self again and make it so that their lives could be full. In this time of holiday spirit, of course, what's Christmas without some fun and some toys and excitement? Journey and Veronicus both had inherited that gift and that adventurous spirit. They answered the call to fix, to formulate, to communicate. And they, like a woman I once heard say, I think she's in the White House, she said, if you can conceive it and you believe it, you can achieve it. And Veronicus and Journey both wanted to achieve their goal of that toy shop once again. Journey kept her playful spirit, and Veronicus kept his combined work and effort, and together, I think they could build something strong, like maybe a robot. What is Christmas without fun and toys and even a robot? we might see Roberta 3000 if they can just work again.
He thinks that we can make it work again. I got a heart that needs to mend, and I don't know how this story ends. Oh, can we make it work again? I know it won't be easy,
but I can never screw turn every gear.
I hope this time you'll see me
Working on this formula for years. Wonder if this time it could be real. I'm gonna make it work again. Try to fix every part that's broken. I'm gonna make it work again. Every little hour that I spend is gonna be worth it in the end. If I just get it to work again.
I've come this far without your help, figured it out all by myself. But getting you sure ain't easy. Don't know what I'm gonna do, or if my heart will find its way to you.
Roberta 3000. Roberta did make it. Woo. I thought it was a little cold. I didn't know if Roberta was going to quite come together, but that was Roberta 3000. And Grandpa did a pretty good job of putting his last little on there, didn't he? All right. So, our story goes that Grandpa did get the robot to work again. Journey was quite an influence on him. Journey has a powerful spirit, just like the child spirit in each one of us. And I hope that from Journey's story, we have learned that it's possible. It's possible to pick up the pieces. It's possible to regain some of the things that we lost in our isolation and our loneliness of being stuck in the pandemic. Journey kept her heart and spirit moving forward and trying to go and grow and even glow like Roberta 3000 did. But Journey had something in her that each of us can take to heart. She could see the impossible. She could do the impossible. She could work toward gaining any possibility that she dreamed of. Fun minus our sadness. Smiling multiplied by mischief. Hope divided by love. And of course the addition of a little affection and an added measure of good love equals the square root of possible. Can we all try that? Maybe if we see it, we can achieve it also. The square root of possible is me.
Where's the world that you created and the stories that you painted with words that made me feel 10 feet tall? Where's the magic in the
Yeah, nice.